Hello and welcome back to a brand new series here on my channel that I am calling Brittany Tries Every Blank to let you know which is the best. And today's blank is tinted sunscreen. I love, and I've been searching for the perfect tinted sunscreen just because it's summertime and a tinted sunscreen is like one and done. You just put it on your face, you get a little coverage, you get your SPF protection, and I can be out the door quick. If you do enjoy this video and you want to see more videos like this in the future, don't forget to subscribe before you go. So the way that I narrowed it down to the tinted sunscreen to test in today's video is these are the ones that are the highest rated and have several thousands of reviews. So I have oily combo skin. I'm really oily in my T-zone, and I have normal, almost dry skin around the perimeter. I'm looking for something I can wear every day with a solid medium coverage and a nice coverage natural finish, so not too dewy and not too matte. You know, I'm just looking for perfection here, no big deal. But probably the biggest thing that I am looking for in my perfect holy grail tinted sunscreen is something that can hold up on my skin, because I just tend to find that tinted sunscreens like slide off of my face like an oil slick. So with all of that said, we're going to start with our UV test, round one. So I got these UV stickers. These are really cool. So you put them on your skin, you apply your sunscreen on top, and they turn clear. That tells you that you have full broad spectrum UV protection. And then as they turn purple, you know that you're losing your sun protection and it's time to reapply. So what I was really looking for here is did they give me full protection up front, and how long did they last? Now, these are all varying levels of SPF. We have from 30 all the way to 50. So it's not expected they're all gonna last the exact same amount of time, but I just wanted to see what I'm working with here. And also something really interesting I noticed as I was swatching these on my thighs is you can really see the color tone and the color differences in these tinted sunscreens. And all of these are a medium shade. I have all of my swatches here with our UV stickers. So it takes about 5 minutes for those to get clear, and that shows you that you're protected. And then I'm gonna sit out in the sun and we'll see how long they last, how they wear. As of right now, you can see the UV coverage is still there for everything except for the sun bum. Looks like it's turning purple again. All the other ones are still clear, meaning we still have solid UV protection. It's been about 2.5 hours. I'm doing a little check-in because I noticed some interesting things. The Neutrogena took a while to turn clear, and it never really turned perfectly clear. Clear means that it's full UV protection, and then pretty soon after, the sun bum is already starting to turn purple, meaning it's losing its UV, and so is the Color Science, which this is the one that I've been using for a while, so that doesn't make me feel good that it's losing its SPF. Now, the EltaMD for sure has the most UV protection just based on these stickers. Like, it's completely clear. Okay, the sun is starting to go down. I have been sitting out here in direct sun for 4 hours. They're all doing pretty well. The only ones maybe not that are turning purple again is the sun bum, which is to be expected because that's 30 SPF. But also the Color Science next test, which is not super scientific, but I just think it's interesting to do, and that is the oil test. So you just put a little swatch of each of your product on a piece of paper and let it sit. And you can see as the hours go by, how large that oil ring is will give you a sense of how much oil is in the product. So if you have drier skin, a large oil ring isn't going to be a bad thing. And if you are extremely oily, you might want to look for a product with a smaller ring. However, what I realized after doing the wear test and looking at this oil test, it doesn't correlate. Like, for example, this tinted sunscreen has the smallest oil ring, but actually look the most oily on my skin. So I don't even know if this test means anything after doing the wear test. I'm almost thinking that it doesn't. It was just kind of for fun. Okay, now we are getting into these wear tests, and I did these wear tests on my phone because by filming this on my phone, like, you can see every pore on my face, every pimple, every fine line versus like if I'm filming on my nice camera setup with my professional lighting, it kind of smooths out the skin. So we're starting with Australian Gold Botanical 50 Tinted Face for medium to tan. And I would really say medium to tan because this was a lot darker, like doesn't match my natural skin tone, but good for summer and not too dark that it looks crazy. This is a really solid medium plus coverage. I was pleasantly surprised by the coverage. It has almost like a mousse type texture to it and a nice finish. I wouldn't say dewy, I wouldn't say matte. And just to make this as fair as possible, with all of the tinted sunscreens, I'm gonna set them the same way. I do the Studio Fix MAC powder, just like a light dusting, and then under my eyes, I use the Lunar Beauty on the puff. My hair is damp. I'm actually about to go get it done, so it may very likely will fade at the hairline. For the Australian Gold, despite how it looked on my leg and that initial swatch, it didn't look too orange, and it actually did wear pretty well on my skin. It was nice and matte, didn't get too oily throughout the day. Okay, we are back, day 2. Today, I am testing out this CeraVe Hydrating Mineral Sunscreen. This is the one I want to love because the price is right. Okay, definitely sheer. My initial impression is coverage-wise, I would say it's like a 3 out of 10. It's not giving that much coverage. It's giving a skin-like finish, dewy finish, very almost wet looking. I am impressed with this tinted sunscreen. I think it just gives a really pretty skin-like finish. It's been about 6 hours and it has faded, and ignore my eyeshadow. It looks nice on the skin, a little dewy, but it just doesn't have the lasting power that I want. Hello, it is our next day of testing tinted sunscreens, and this one right here, I have been dying to try. I almost didn't include it in this video because it's a little on the pricey side. It's over 40. Okay, I'm getting like light medium coverage. Dewy. I'm a little bit worried for my oily skin and how this is gonna hold up. So I am liking how this one looks on the skin. It's on the more light medium side of coverage. So if you're looking for less coverage, very pretty, very natural, but isn't really covering much up. Like you could still see my mole, the same pimple is still here. I did add a bit more powder to this one because it was looking so dewy. End of day check-in for the EltaMD. It's been on for 6 hours. So it looks pretty. I would say maybe if you have more normal to dry skin, this would work better. It's just faded quite a bit around my nose, my forehead, chin. It's not lasting that well on me. This is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Anti-Aging. Light to neutral. It says it has retinol in here. This has quite a bit more coverage just right off the bat. Like I would say a solid medium, but they do have more shade options for this one. It was not blending well at all. It was going on super patchy. I didn't have anything underneath it that would make it do that. And I like removed it, tried to apply it again. I don't know if you can tell. It was like almost pilling on me or something, but I set it as usual and I'm gonna go about my day. End of day, I mean, things did not get better, guys. Like it went on patchy and it stayed patchy throughout the day. Maybe it's the retinol that's in here. It's just not applying nicely at all, at least on my skin. Another day, another tinted sunscreen. So let's try this one, La Roche-Posay. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's really pretty. Medium coverage, like solid medium. Okay, initial impression. This is my favorite. Okay, you guys, I don't want to get too excited, but this one is stunning. Really nice medium coverage. Exactly what I'm looking for. I don't want heavy and I don't want too light. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so the first time I did a wear test on this, I forgot to film the end of day clip. I swear I filmed it, but maybe I deleted it by accident. So I did a whole other wear test on another day. I do look a little shiny, but it hasn't really faded much. Just with like a little dab of powder. And I could go for round 2. And this has been on 7 or 8 hours, so. Today's tinted sunscreen of the day is the Sun Bum SPF 30 Mineral Tinted Sunscreen. Okay, this is a very sheer coverage, like light to nothing. Ugh, this is not giving coverage. This is giving me almost no coverage. Okay, finished a little bit of just light daytime makeup, and I can tell you, I do not like this one. It's giving no coverage. Like light to no coverage. Okay, it's been about 5 hours and I'm about to take a shower, so I might wash it off because I've seen what I needed to see for this one. Just what I'm looking for is not it. Another day, another tinted sunscreen. This time we are trying a Korean tinted sunscreen. This one rings in under $10. This is the first one that's had like a scent to it. Pretty, maybe a bit light. Oh dear. Okay, I would say this is a solid medium coverage. Just the amount of coverage that I want. I was not expecting much from this one. This one is so good so far, but it all comes down to the wear test. Okay, checking in with the Korean tinted sunscreen end of day. So I like the way it looks on the skin. However, you can see that it really wore off all around the perimeter. I mean, we're definitely looking shiny, maybe even shinier than the others now that I'm looking. Today's tinted SPF is one that I'm very excited to try. This is my custom DIY tinted sunscreen. So the idea here is I use my favorite sunscreen and my favorite foundation. So I have the Beora Korean sunscreen that I always talk about. It's like $12. And then I put in a little bit of Estee Lauder Double Wear. So maybe like a quarter of this and then 3/4 of the sunscreen. That is looking pretty. My only comment is that the coverage may be a bit too light. Okay, I'm back with quite a bit more makeup on because I am filming. I'm loving how this looks, and I guess I shouldn't be so surprised because it's my favorite sunscreen. I tried a different lash and they're a bit much, so try to ignore that, but they're on there. Today is the final tinted sunscreen to test, and that is the Color Science Total Flex SPF 50. This one is special because it actually goes on white and then it adapts to your skin tone. Now, I wasn't sure if I wanted to include this one because this is what I have been using. It is quite a bit more expensive than the others. I also consider it more like a full coverage foundation. Like this has medium to full coverage, and also I've already now done the UV test and it didn't perform as well in the UV test, but I'm still just going to show you because this is my tried and true. Here's what this one looks like freshly applied. I'm going to go about my day and I will check back to see how it wears. Wear test for the Color Science. I put it on at 8:30 a.m. It's now 4:30 p.m. I was outside all day. See, I'm looking pretty shiny, but it's still held up. Okay, so those were our 3 rounds of testing. Now let's get to the good stuff. My least favorite is the Sun Bum Tinted Mineral SPF Face Lotion and the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Anti-Aging Perfector. Both of these didn't look good on the skin at any point. It didn't even look good when I first applied them, yet alone through the wear test. Now, if you're watching this and you have dry skin, I would say the CeraVe might be a good pick for you. It has very sheer coverage, so just get this if you want minimal coverage, but nice and hydrating. Also, if you have dry skin and you want more medium coverage, the EltaMD, this one was the standout rock star when it came to UV protection. So now let's talk about the big 3, the top 3, my DIY, which is Estee Lauder Double Wear mixed with the Beora UV, my favorite sunscreen. I might have to tinker with it, add more foundation. So this is my 3rd favorite. Now my 2nd favorite overall, but favorite budget option, because this one is under $15, is the Australian Gold. I mean, this one looked really pretty on the skin and it wore well and it stayed on my face throughout the day. Now, the color tone of this is very tan. And then I looked at it and I got medium to tan. I'm actually going to order the light to medium, and I think that will match and fit my skin tone better. And now for the winner, which you may not be surprised because I was just blown away, wowed the instant I put this on my skin. And it's the La Roche-Posay SPF 50 Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. Oh my goodness. Like you can just tell right when I put it on my skin, it was a wow. Like this to me, honestly, looks very similar to Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, which if you know, like that is one of the most beautiful foundations of all time. Like, that's how gorgeous this looks on the skin. It's not too matte, it's not too dewy. It's just that perfect natural finish. Make sure you shake it really well before using it. That makes a difference. It wore well. It gives me the UV protection. It's everything that I want. The only downside to this one is it is a little bit pricier. It's $37.99 full price. However, I just went to pull it up and there's a $10 coupon. I would run and grab this with a coupon. I'm going to restock because this is what I plan on wearing every day of the summer. This is the one that I was like, yes, this is special and I can confidently crown this the winner. I am so glad I did this. I had way too much fun. Let me know if you did enjoy this video, and also comment down below what you want to see me test next. Links are going to be down in the description box. Make sure you are subscribed so you can see more videos like this in the future. And with all of that said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye.